here comes Steve. Hello, Steve. Welcome tonight.
Thank you very much. Good to be here with you.
Oh, it's wonderful being here with you. You know, I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing in the world today. Can you share a little bit of what that is? I think it's important to get that out.
Well, I'll tell a little story. Just recently, I saw a granddaughter using a technique that I'd learned years ago to help people have communication heart to heart, because we don't have enough of that deep, what's really going on inside of us, communication. And she was using it. And I said, "Where'd you learn that?" And she said, "Oh, Mom and Dad taught me." So that was something that I taught her mother and her father years and years and years ago. So I thought to myself, gee, if my second generation after, us are using it, how many people out there could benefit from doing something like that? So what I really want to do is start sharing some of the things I've learned over the years that are little, I call them success hacks, help be more successful in life, just little things you can do that will really improve your performance, production, utility, everything that you need to do to be more successful in life.
I love that. Success hacks?
Yeah, that's what you call it.
I love that. SHs. Yes. And so you've piqued my curiosity. What was that communication that she was exhibiting?
Well, it's a little technique. If somebody asks you a question, it would require a yes or no answer. And most often we just drop the conversation at that point. But instead of doing that, if you say, answer the question, yes or no, but then say, why do you ask? And then out will come the real reason for asking the question. And you're going to learn something that you didn't know before, and that will really open up the whole conversation and dialogue.
I love that. So it's about opening up conversation, not shutting it down.
No, opening it up and really, and of course, heart-to-heart level at that point. Yeah.
Yes. And we were talking a little bit earlier, and you're very much into the languages, to the love languages.
Well, that's just a sideline, side note, yeah. Well, I work with a lot of people, and among them in our church activities, and I can just see people. Well, we had a young couple not too long ago, married a year, struggling. I could tell I asked the bride, how are things going? And her comment was, well, they're going okay, but I could tell they really weren't. So I said, well, you ought to read this book. It's called The 5 Love Languages by Gary Smalley. And they did, and they read it together, and she realized that her love language was doing one thing, and her husband didn't recognize at all that she was trying to show her love for him that way. And he was coming from a different culture, different environment, and he was showing her love, but she didn't understand that he was showing her love, and she didn't accept it. So once they understood that, well, they're smiling again. So
I love that. So are you going to be writing a book?
I am. I'm putting some of those techniques that I've learned together into, there are 15 of them right now. I think that's about all put in this one. And it's really, there's just simple little actions anybody can take to help be more successful in personal life and in career. And I'll just put them together, and my little subtitle on that is just how to jumpstart to a vibrant new life.
How to jumpstart to a vibrant new life. And you know what I'm hearing in between the lines here is that, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, but it seems like you see that if we have good communication, that's going to show up in business, in productivity, I think you said, and in relationships. Tell us a little bit more about that, because that's what you do.
Well, there's a lot of areas in life that all contribute to our success. And these little actions will help one little piece, and I'm just putting them all together. But I just think that if more people could understand that, this is not original with me, but there are seeds of greatness in all of us. And most people, in my observation, are stuck somewhere in their life. They're just stuck, and they're not moving forward to what their calling is, their destiny. And I think if we can sort of help them get unstuck and unlock those areas, but then they can move into that path that will lead them to the destiny of why they're here to start with. So what do you think of that?
I love that.
I've had many careers, varied careers in like military leadership, corporate leadership, CEO of a public company, my own businesses, nonprofits, charitable and religious organizations and leading groups. I really have a gifting for leading groups, and I've done that for a long time. 84 years of my age, so I'm
84 years young. And you know, the word that keeps coming up is leadership, leadership, leadership. And in communication, what's one of the number one attributes that makes a leader?
oh, the ability to relate to people and understand them, have a heart-to-heart relationship.
Beautiful. I would agree with that. Steve, thank you so very much for sharing your mission.
Thanks for everything you're doing.